Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I've been thinking about doing this video for a little while now, ever since I put out my Klein mod box comparison with the pack out. One of my subscribers, Matt, who comments on pretty much all my videos, had mentioned that a nice use for this would be a plumbing tote, basically, since you can take the lid off, you can sit on it. And I do agree with him. Actually, when I was looking at these, I thought really hard about should I get this or should I get an open tote like this Toughbuilt. So let's kind of look into that. We'll talk about it a little bit, and you guys can let me know what you think. Okay, so I'm a big fan of both the modular boxes, whether it's the Milwaukee Pack Out or this new Klein mod box, the hybrid box that I got. And I'm also a big fan of the totes, open totes. And I did settle on an open tote for plumbing, and you can see you have good access for your tools. I like the design of this Toughbuilt tote because it has these dividers with pockets on both sides. You can line your tools up here. Everything's accessible. Now this is a big heavy bag. This is not something I'm going to grab for most jobs, but if I know I'm going to be doing some heavy plumbing or maybe roughing in something or modifying something, I'm probably going to take this in with me, or at least have it in my truck for certain tools. So how would you use one of these hybrid boxes like this tote the same way that you would for a plumbing box? You can see, you have the dividers with the pockets. One thing you can do is use the mod box pouches. So I have the 6 pocket and the 9 pocket. I don't really want to go much bigger than that. The 9 pocket is a pretty large pouch. So there you have a total of 15 pockets. And of course you can fill it up with tools. Make sure I do it on camera for you guys. Nothing special here. You can load it up with tools, and then you can slide this down in your tote. Now as it comes, there's not really a good way to secure these in here. You can see I have this clipped on here. It's not very secure, and the lid doesn't quite close all the way on there. I mean, maybe with the lid smushed down, it's not gonna fall off of there. But the dividers that come in here, which is nice to have, I like the design of these dividers, don't really support the pouches that well. They really mean for you to hang the pouches on the outside of the box, and that would be great if you're using this as a seat. However, if you can see it on camera here, you would probably want to get an organizer to throw on the bottom of this. You can see the height difference here with that pouch. So that would be a good thing, especially if you know you're going to be on a project for a little while. You could close the lid, have some of your easy grab tools on both sides. You could even have a connect set on this side. You could use even, I'll show you here, one of these organizers on the side if you had a bunch of hand tools you were going to grab and you wanted to have easy access to it. But I think what I would do if I was going to use it like this is I would just take a piece of aluminum bar stock, cut it in here, make my own divider. Because if you cut it to about 2 inches, this will slip over top of it, and then you can slide these back and forth out of the way. They'll be a little bit more secure. So if you did something like that, that would actually be a nice setup, because you could keep the tray in here. You could throw your consumables maybe in here if you had a smaller tube. Throw your knee pads in there. Maybe a bunch of gloves, stuff that you don't want you don't want to have to dig through that stuff to be able to get to your actual tools. And then underneath of that, you can have some power tools. I just have the little 12-volt DeWalt here. A larger 18-volt impact won't fit underneath this tray, at least not standing up with the battery in it. So just keep that in mind. Now, of course, you can throw smaller tools in this tote as well, but it's going to make it pretty heavy. It's not going to be as comfortable to carry, and it doesn't click into any modular system. I do wish that the StackTech version of this bag was just laid out just like this. It's similar, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the Cliptech rail on the side here, which I really like. It's magnetic. You can throw your pouches on the side of it. And it doesn't have as nice of a pocket layout, I think. I don't think it has the same outside pockets either. It was kind of a turnoff for me, so that's why I went with this one. And this one's cheaper. So that's something to keep in mind. That could be a nice system. I've been playing around with the idea of turning this into its own little modular toolbox system where you had hand tools, power tools, maybe even some consumables or what would you call it? Just stuff that you're working with. Maybe you want to keep parts or fasteners on the side. With the side rails, they have the closable little cups that you can put on here. Can't think of the word right now. You know what I mean, though. There's so much versatility with this box. It really is cool. So let me know what you would like to see with this in the future. I'm still thinking about how I would like to use it with my system. I'm not switching over to Modbox. I have a lot invested in Milwaukee Packout. Maybe I'll do a tour one day and we'll look at everything that I have accumulated from Milwaukee. That would be kind of interesting. But this one is unique enough that it really drew my attention, and for the price, you can't beat it. You're not going to be upset with this. So I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. Let me know what you think. What do you prefer? What do you work out of? Do you work out of a bucket? Do you work out of a tote, a toolbox? Maybe you have a drawer, a sliding drawer box that you roll around with you. I'd love to hear from you guys. So we'll catch you on the next one.